Okay,
I
so
it
this is just a
certainly.
quick
Be careful.
walkthrough of how I get about $10,000 or whatever in Skyrim in about 10 minutes. So the first one I just do is in Whiterun, and you can see I almost made it there. This is probably one of the first ones I learned, is you gotta jump on that barrel, and you can take all your clothes off, but I have all heavy armor, and I have the heavy armor perk that it makes heavy armor weightless, so I can do it without the taking my clothes off and then having to put them back on, like being weightless. So you just have to basically jump out that building. It takes a little bit to get used to, and then I find it depends on somehow where you put the cursor, that little centerpiece cursor, the crosshair. You can see I almost make it a couple times, and I start mashing some buttons there. And you know, sometimes you get it on the first time, but other times it takes a little bit of time. So the first treasure chest that I go for is in Whiterun. And I told Mial, my wife, and my follower to stay there, and because she kind of gets in your way if I'm trying to get, like, right there. She'll stand right there and get in my way. And there it worked, you see? So I just reset it. I just went out, looked at my wife, came back in, and got out the first time. And so you just basically have to run around until you get to the house, and you'll see that I do this kind of quickly. I don't stop to show the location that well. So you'll basically see that there's some rock or like part of the hill that hasn't loaded. So it's past this little tower on the right, and then you'll see the house. And if you go up here, if you take a left, right where I point my cursor here, right there, if you go that way, you'll come across a little valley, and basically you just go right across the valley. But I just prefer going this way. So the valley's there to the left right now, and you just basically go up this hill and up this part of the hill. And if you ever get stuck in this invisible part here, so right here there's some invisible land right there. You walk over it, that little walkway, stay in the middle, and then hard right against the corner, and then jump the whole way, because you'll fall. Sometimes you fall, and then hit X, pound X when you, and then so there's $1,100. And then I don't think I take anything else here, but you know, you could take all this, whatever you wanted. And when I was originally making money, you can see in the game here I have 20,000 gold, but just last night I had 50,000. But so money doesn't, it's not an issue anymore in the game because of this little run through that I do. So there, I did my one, and then I just go straight up to Dawnstar. And sometimes when you spawn in Dawnstar, right at the very beginning, there's a dragon. And so, you know, if you slay the dragon, especially that my archery's up, it's so easy to do with the Daedric arrows and stuff like this. Anyway, so then you get the dragon bones and the scales. But one of these, I think it is this one, or maybe it's the one in Solitude. One of these that I just did, I've already done, it hasn't respawned. So out of the 4 treasure chests that I show you in this video, only 3 of them actually have the cash, and the other one is already depleted because I've done it within the past 10 days or whatever in-game. And this one here, you just sort of look in between those 2 rocks. Right in between those 2 rocks. Oh, see, yeah, it says Boy's Red Tunic, and this is the one. Normally there's 750 bucks here as well, and a bunch of other stuff, like, well, not overly a bunch of stuff, but more potions, I would say. And so that's a place to grab some cash as well. But I must have grabbed that one. The next one is Solitude, right directly west of Dawnstar. So you go up from Whiterun, directly up to Dawnstar, directly west over to Solitude. And sometimes in the Solitude one, if you go to it, there's like a lion, a Khajiit salesman or sales family, almost like a traveling family, and it won't be available at that time. So I just fast travel to Markarth if that's the case, and then come back and they're gone. And sometimes there's a traveling sales troop in Markarth as well. So here you go, you exit Solitude, and if you do it during the day, you'll see that I'm right beside a little blue twig, but there's a little plant that grows, tiniest little plant. You look at that green tree right there, you have to crouch, and then that plant right there, you just sort of hover all over it, and you'll find it. It's usually in the black spot right there is where I would assume. So all I do is try and regain my boundaries or my bearings. Come in, and it's right on that plant. Just, you can see right there, the blue right there. It's right. And here there's money. There's some the potions, if you take those and sell them. And I also always get the gems, the soul gems. So there's 750 gold. And the Grand Soul Gems and the Greater Soul Gems and stuff, they're pretty valuable. And there's usually amethysts and rubies and stuff like this, lockpicks. But, you know, it takes a little bit more time to sell all this stuff, if I was to get to sell it. And you can see I skip through most stuff because I'll just do this every, 10 days or something that I feel like getting money, and money's a non-issue now. And this is where you get the robes there. You get robes of illusion for $1,100 for only one weight. It's pretty good. So then you go sort of southwest to Markarth. And then in Markarth, same thing as in Solitude, you just exit the door behind you that you fast travel through. And you go down to where you see water. And there's a bridge. You just basically follow the trail. And there's a bridge that crosses the water. And you turn left, and there's this sort of stone wall that's built. And you go inside that stone wall. And basically there's a little piece of the wall that has crumbled, or a piece of stone on the ground. And if you just search around there, sometimes you see, I forget what there's usually a shield thrown down there. I never pick it up. Right around there, you just sort of move your cursor around, and you can easily find another, it says search chest. So here you go, I'm going all the way down. It's not that bridge. It's the one you'll see water. You saw one right there, it's that one. So right when you see that bridge, you don't cross it, you go right to the stone wall that's built, and look, go in there, and then directly to the left, there's the piece of rock on the ground. You can see there's take armor, there, search chest, I just found it. And it has tons of stuff too, so I think this has 750 gold as well. There you go, 750 gold. And the Grand Soul Gems. And that's pretty much all I'll grab. There are quite a bit of poisons or potions there, and some of them, I think one of them is worth 700 bucks. There's a couple 500. But I just stick to the simple stuff now. Originally I did get all that stuff and sell it, but I think I decided to take that just because it's my last run. And I think there's a couple more chests that you can find, but they're a little bit harder to do, and so this is just really quick, and there's no point in complicating things. So just 10,000 bucks, I figure, by the time you add up all those different things that you can get. And then I just go back to Whiterun to get my wife, Mjall, my follower again. So that's the little run I do. I tell Mjall to wait, run over to Whiterun, go around those 4 areas, and then come back, and I usually put it in my chest in Lakeview Manor instead of selling it now, but I've got quite a stash built up there. So here, there you go.
So I'm ready.
Good
Let's
luck.
go.